we will find many virtues in relation to Surah Al Kahf. And I would like to remind you of a few of them. First and foremost, the Prophet ﷺ says that whosoever recites Surah Al Kahf on the day of Jum'ah, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala emits from that person a spiritual light, a nur, that it comes out from this person and that reaches the Kaaba. Now you may say, in the 21st century, year 2022, that's not tangible. What does that mean? A light? We can't see no light. Of course we can't see any light. If I was to ask you, can you explain to me your spirit? You will struggle. Because the Quran says, وَيَسْأَلُونَكَ عَنِ الرُّوحِ, and they ask you about this ruh, this spirit. قُلِ الرُّوحُ مِنْ أَمْرِ رَبِّي, and this spirit, this existence of this spirit is from amongst the treasures of my Lord. وَمَا أُوتِيتُم مِّنَ الْعِلْمِ إِلَّا قَلِيلًا, and Allah has not given this knowledge of this spirit except for a few. Ask that person who has a habit of standing for Salatul Tahajjud every single night, the feeling that they go through. Ask that person who has the habit of reciting the Quran every morning after Salatul Fajr, the feeling that they go through. Ask that person who relishes the experience of sajda. Ask them about that feeling and the experience that they go through. They will not be able to explain it to you. And even if they did, you will not be able to appreciate it. Because why? This is the experiment and the experience of the ruh. Just the way your body needs food. And where does that food come from? Be it vegetables, be it fruit. The food that we nourishes our body comes from the ground. The animals, they plow the land. The vegetation comes from the ground. And we eat from this food that comes from the ground, and it nourishes the body. In the same way, to nourish this spirit, to nourish this ruh, we need sustenance from the heavens. The food of the ground cannot nourish the spirit. It has to come. The food of the spirit is from the heavens. The tilawatul Quran, the dhikr of Allah, the remembrance of Allah, the salat ala nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. That spiritual enhancement is what lifts your ruh. But as I said, this is only a depiction and only an explanation. But the person who experiences it, they will know the lazza of iman and the position of that ruh. Similarly, this light that comes is a spiritual light that comes from that individual and reaches the Kaaba of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You and I may not be able to see it. But the reciter of Surah Al Kahf, when they walk the streets during the week, when they wake up in the morning and get out for work, or when they come to uni, or wherever they may be going, me and you may not be able to see this light, but the malaika of the heavens see that individual, and they will remind themselves through that light that this is a person who is a reciter of Surah Al Kahf, following the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. We learn in another narration that whosoever recites Surah Al Kahf on the Yawm al-Jum'ah, on the day of Friday, a light comes from this person and it reaches towards the heavens of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Such is the spiritual blessing of this surah. Now you may ask, okay, all of this is spiritual. What about, let's talk about some tangible worldly outcomes. What do we get out of it worldly? The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, through his fada'il of this surah and the hadith that we will find, many of those virtues are left unturned. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, whosoever recites Surah Al Kahf on Yawm al-Jum'ah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will protect him or her for the next 7 to 10 days. And Allah will protect them from what? Tribulation, hardship, difficulty. And the words of the hadith are that even if they were to experience the masa'ib and the hardship of Dajjal, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will protect them. And the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam has reminded us that there is no trial upon Banu Adam the more difficult than the trial of Dajjal. He will come, and that person who is staunch upon their faith, he will make them shake such a shaking that he will make them into a kafir. And as for that kafir, that person will flow in the commandments of Dajjal, illa masha'Allah, except for that person whom Allah saves because of their practice, because of their iman and the belief in the oneness of Tawheed. Allah will protect them and Allah will enter them into the gardens of paradise through the trial of Dajjal. So this surah was a practice of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and I remind myself and I remind you that let us not walk away from this Jum'ah just listening to the stories that it goes from one ear and out the other ear. Yes, we heard a few morals and a few stories. That is not the maqsad. The maqsad after this Jum'ah, for those of us who do not have a habit of reciting Surah Al Kahf, we make an intention, a wa'd, an intention that I will not allow a single Jum'ah to pass until before Salatul Maghrib of that day I have not recited Surah Al Kahf.